Hello and welcome to this edition of Tigunia TipTok. Today we're going to talk about one of the newer features with Business Central, and that is the ability to merge records, specifically customer masters, vendor masters, contacts. In the past, many of you and your companies have fought with the challenge of how to prevent duplicate records. You create multiple customer records or multiple vendor records for the same customer or vendor, and then end up having to have both of them forever because you've transacted against both of them and now you can't combine them. So recently in Business Central, Microsoft introduced the ability to merge records, and so we're going to talk about how to do that today. We're going to demonstrate with the customers, but it's also available for vendors and contacts also. So I'm going to take a look at my customer record really quick, my list, and you'll see that I've got a couple of customers in here called Acme 1 and Acme 2. These are basically the same company, but different people may have created them, and then we created sales orders or sales invoices against them and invoice those records. So as you can see, as we open up one, we'll just take a look at that card very briefly. There is a balance in one. You can see that some of the information is different, the contact name and the state, and there's some other records which are different. So we want to be able to merge these two and get rid of them. They also have ledger entries against each one of them. So as we take a look at the balance, you'll see we've got an open invoice for Acme 2. If we go back over to Acme 1, you'll see that we've got two open records for them. You can see we got two invoices for them. So two for Acme 1 and one for Acme 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually merge these two records. So the step here is to go into the record that basically you want to keep and take a look at that, open up that record, and then go to Actions and then Functions and Merge With. And when you do that, you're going to have a window that's popping up that's saying what two records do you want to merge. So in this case, I want to merge Acme 1 with Acme 2. When you enter the new company, what the system is going to do is it's going to grab all of the fields where there's a difference between Acme 1 and Acme 2, or between the two customer records. It's also going to bring up a list of related tables where there's information in both of those tables related to both of those companies that you're going to want to consider. So it takes just a minute. There we go. So it brings up all the fields. So as you can see, the key field is highlighted there. But you can see it's bringing up what the current value is in Acme 1 and what the Acme 2 field is that's specifically different. What this allows you to do then is go through and identify which of the field values you want to retain in the remaining record. So in this case, we want to retain Acme 1. We like that naming structure, so we're going to keep those. Tom is actually the main contact, so we want to override that record with Tom. Also, the payment terms we want to make sure we change, and also the state was wrong on the original record. They're actually a Washington state, so we want to change that also. Everything else we're going to want to leave the same. So you can see we've got Tom Jones, 14 days, and Washington that are going to come over from Acme 2 and that are going to come over and replace the values that are in Acme 1. You can also see down here that we've got a number of related tables where there's records in each. There's duplicate counts that are in there. There's no conflicts, and so that's really good. So with that in place, now that we've done that, come up here to the ribbon and click Merge. Are you sure you want to merge the records? This step can't be undone, so just be aware of that. You can't reverse this transaction. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click Yes. It'll take just a minute, and obviously depending on however many records there are, it's going to go through and it's going to replace or make changes in a lot of posted records. So whether it's posted sales headers and sales lines, customer ledgers, it's going to go through and it's going to make those changes. You'll get a confirmation record that Acme 2 has been changed with Acme 1. So as we look at that now, you can see I've only got one customer record. If I go into that customer record, we'll be able to see that some of the fields have been changed. The contact name was Tom Jones now. The state is correct. We also changed the payment terms to 14 days. So all of those merged records are now in place. Also, if we go and take a look at those posted invoices now, you can see that we're bringing all the posted invoices. Now, it retained the old customer name on some of those older records, and that's okay. So certain things it's not going to change, some of the descriptions, the customer names. If there was any dimensions on those, it's not going to change those records, but basically it'll change the posted invoices and many of those other records and the customer ledger records. So if we come into the customer ledger, we look at the balance. Remember before we had 2 for Acme 1 and 1 for Acme 2. We now have all 3 of them in the Acme 1 record, which is renamed. And so this is a good way for you to be able to merge these records. And like I said, you can do that for customers, vendors, and contacts. Those same steps are involved in everything that you want to do with merging those records. A great benefit that Microsoft has provided to help eliminate those duplicates so you have a more streamlined master record. So take a look at this feature within the newer versions of Business Central, and it should be a great value to you. As always, if you enjoy this video, go ahead and subscribe, and also click the bell icon so that you're notified of new videos that we're posting. We're posting new videos every week, so stop back by anytime. Have a good day.